Hi, and welcome to my kitchen here. I'm going to show you how to make some colorful, yummy treats. We're going to make homemade marshmallows today, and it's not as hard as you think. So let's go in my kitchen. I'm going to show you how to do this. First, I need to have basic ingredients. I needed 3 packages of unflavored gelatin in half a cup of cold water. And I've already got that all ready. Next, I needed to measure out just cup of sugar, or excuse me, 2 cups of sugar into a pan. And next, we need to measure out a half a cup of corn syrup. And lastly, we needed to put in 1/4 cup of water. Now to do this, you want to get a pretty heavy saucepan, and I've already mixed all of these in there. And I'm going to turn it on, and what we want to do is we want to bring this mixture to a rolling boil. Just please be careful, always use a pot holder. You might even, for teens, you might even want to have mom or another adult there with you to help, because it's a little tricky. But not something that is, like I said, is hard to do. Just use kitchen safety. So as soon as this comes to a rolling boil, we're going to add that to the gelatin mixture over here, and then we're going to whip up some marshmallows. Okay, this is coming up to a boil. And that's known, if you have a candy thermometer, you can use one, and if you want it to go to the softball stage. But basically, you can do the same thing without it if you let this come. Constantly stir it though, because it is sugar and it will burn if you don't. But bring it to a rolling boil for about a minute. And I kind of heated my mixture up ahead of time, so it's just about right there. So now I'm going to very carefully, because this pan is super hot, but I'm going to take it over here and I'm going to pour it into my Jell-O mixture. And I'm going to set that just to the side. Okay, now the next part here, you can use a stand mixer, or I have my handy dandy hand mixer here. So I'm going to just start whipping all this up. And this is the part that takes the longest. And you're going to have to kind of whip it for about 12 minutes to get it good and thick. Look at there. Now we've got this, you see how it's kind of getting really fluffy and thick? So now we're ready to pour this into our pan. Yeah, oh yeah. And I was just telling my producer here that if we didn't, somebody didn't want to wait for the marshmallows, you could chill this and you could have some awesome marshmallow cream. So I'm just going to stick my beaters here in the sink. So now I'm going to take my mixture, and I have prepared a pan here, and this is a 9x9 pan. It's like a cake pan, but I've put some saran wrap down it, and then I sprayed some non-stick cooking spray in the bottom, and that will make it so much easier to get your marshmallows out of the pan to be able to cut. So now I'm just going to go ahead and pour my fluff right into the pan. Make sure I get all that lovely gooiness out. Okay, so now I'm going to just set that aside, and I'm going to kind of smooth my marshmallow so it looks like it's going to look like that, except now comes the creative part. So we've got these lovely marshmallows, and if somebody in your family can't have food coloring, you could omit this part. But for us, I'm going to go ahead, and I have a box of show the work here, my box of gel food coloring. So this comes in lots of bright colors, and I'm going to choose a couple here that I like. And with this kind of food coloring, you don't need more than 1 or 2 drops because you're going to spread it out. So I'm just going to, you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and just put a spot of yellow right there and one about there. And let's see, what other colors would I like? Oh, let's see. Going through all my fun ones. I think I'm going to use, this is a really fun red. So I'm just going to kind of carefully put a couple blots of red, and then I'm going to, you can use a fork for this or a spoon, but what I'm going to do now is, because I want these colored, I'm going to sort of drag the colors through my marshmallow mixture. And may not see a lot on top, but by swirling it around here, it's going to pull that color into your marshmallows. So so if you look there, I've got some fun color, and that's going to show up all the way through my marshmallow. So now is the hard part. That is, we're going to pop it in your refrigerator and wait at least 4 hours or overnight. And now I'm going to come show you what the finished product looks like. And now, look at here. I'm going to give you a little serving suggestion, but look at my red, white, and blue marshmallows that I made. Aren't those cool? And how fun would it be to take these marshmallows, a Hershey's chocolate bar, some graham crackers, and you'll have the coolest s'more on the block. So there you have it, some fun, colorful confections that you can make at home. And now, let's go over and see what kind of yummy treats that Mr. Erick's whipping up.
Hello, and welcome to Teen Adult Cooking. I'm Mr. Erick, and today I'm going to show you how to make some delectable, delicious parfaits. And I have 2 examples here. So this one is a fruit and granola parfait, and all you need is some yogurt, some mixed berries, and some granola. And then for a kind of like a dessert parfait, We have here a s'mores parfait, and you just need some crushed graham crackers, some chocolate pudding, some marshmallows, and some Hershey's chocolate bars to top it off. And so, yeah, the fruit one is kind of like a snack or a breakfast parfait, and this is sort of like a dessert to kind of like finish it off. So we're gonna start with the fruit parfait, and what you're going to need is you're going to need some granola, and I have here some honey bunches of oats, honey roasted granola. You can use whatever granola you like. You'll need some vanilla Greek yogurt, and I have here honey vanilla, some mixed berries, and also want to add some pineapple chunks if you like, some spoons, some clear plastic cups or jars, and some gloves to wear if you're going to be making these for friends or family, so you want to have that. And also, if you go to our Facebook page for the Independence Public Library, I'll include some instructions and recipes on how to make both of the parfaits. So be sure to check that out in case you kind of need like a closer up reference for that. All right, so let's get started. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to add the vanilla Greek yogurt. So I'm just going to add a layer of that. All right, that should be good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add our granola. I'm going to sprinkle some granola on top and kind of cover the yogurt. Okay. Next, we're going to add our fruit. So you can add whatever fruits you like. You can add some strawberries, some blueberries, kiwi, raspberries, whatever you like. So I'm just going to add a couple of those. Adding some pineapple chunks. All right, gonna crush that down. All right, and so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna add another layer of yogurt and granola. All right, and last but not least is the granola to top it off and finish our fruit parfait. And as you can see, it will get messy, so it's always good to have something to cover your surface area, like a tablecloth or a tarp. And so there we go. There we have our fruit and granola parfait. And I like to call this a rainbow fruit yogurt parfait because it has lots of colors. It's got red, yellow for the pineapples, blue. If you want to add it like oranges, or that could be the orange. And so green could be kiwi. And so yeah, so thus we have our fruit parfait. So now we're going to make the s'mores parfait. So let's get started on that one. All right, so now we can get started on our s'mores parfait. And so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some marshmallow cream, some mini marshmallows, a Hershey's chocolate bar, just like this, some instant chocolate pudding, some 2% milk, some graham crackers, and a clear plastic cup to fill it up. All right, so what you're going to do first is with the instant chocolate pudding, you're going to mix this with 2% cold milk, and you're going to mix it just like this. So I've already have it set and prepared. So it looks just like that, as you can see. And once you're going to whisk with a metal whisk here for about 1 to 2 minutes. You're going to mix both the instant pudding and the milk. And so once you kind of get that mixing, it should turn into this kind of like a smooth chocolate pudding. So once you have that ready, you are ready to layer your s'mores parfait. So in a Ziploc bag, you're going to add some graham crackers and you're going to kind of just smush them just like this with your hands. You can also use something else like a rolling pin or a kind of like a rubber hammer. But I would, yeah, be very careful with that. And yeah, you just kind of make the crumbs. So that's going to be our first layer. I'm going to add the graham cracker crumbs. That. All right. So after you add the graham crackers, you're going to add some chocolate pudding. So I'm just going to grab a spoon like that and kind of layer it like that. Add a little bit more. And there we go. So we have our chocolate pudding. Next is going to be our marshmallow cream. So I'll grab a spoon for that. And I think with another spoon, I'm going to try to see if I can onto it. So yes, the marshmallow cream is going to be a little bit sticky and tough to kind of get out, but it's not impossible. So it takes some time. And I think using the 2 spoons definitely works the best. Go. All right, so I think that should be good. So after we added our marshmallow cream, we're going to add another layer of graham crackers and chocolate pudding. All right. So last but not least, instead of marshmallow cream, you're going to substitute it with some mini marshmallows. All right. And then you're going to grab some 2 pieces of Hershey's chocolate, and I'm gonna just lay them on top and make them stand just like that. And so there we have our s'mores parfait. So yes, these are very fun to make, and they're definitely so delicious to try. And don't forget, if you need to see the instructions or the recipe, that will be uploaded on our Independence Public Library Facebook page. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, thank you for enjoying this and for celebrating the end of the summer reading. And we will see you next time. Take care. Bye.